Hi. Before going to video, please subscribe to my channel for more interesting stuff.
Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by u/lifeless Levi. We didn't visit Mississippi. A few years ago, my dad took me and my brothers to Mississippi for spring break. I had just gotten some new film for my Polaroid, so I took a lot of pictures of stuff that were sentimental to me while we visited. I keep the pictures with my camera in my room and never move them. There's one picture that's different from the others. It's a picture of the ocean, but there's some tan streaks on the bottom because it's an old camera, so there was no way I could just forget it. I was talking to my dad about going to Mississippi again once everything has calmed down and recovered, coronavirus stuff, and he asked me why I added the word again. I was so confused and I told him that we used to go there every spring break and summer break. He said that we've never been there before, so I went to my room to get the Polaroids. They weren't there. None. The one Polaroid that I spoke of in the second paragraph wasn't there, but I know it is real. An hour later, my dad asked me if I wanted to visit Mississippi with him and my brothers again because we haven't gone there in 2 years. The Polaroid are back where they were before, untouched and still dusty with no marks of anyone touching or moving them. I don't know what just happened, but I'm so confused. Edit. Since people are requesting to see the photo, here it is. Ink splotches are just a random addition I did when I screwed up the date, but it was taken around March 20th when we first got to the base there. Also, I know I should have said this in the post before, but I don't live with my dad anymore because my parents divorced last year and I live with my mom, so I know it isn't a prank. I'm honestly not sure how or what happened. Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by u/horror movie monster. My friend and I have a dimensional safe word, and his girlfriend asked me what happened the other night because they were on the phone and he said I texted it to him. I didn't. We have a safe word because I saw a post on Reddit here about a girl and her boyfriend who had a safe word they used all the time that he suddenly seemed to forget. As far as I know, we never even settled on it. I threw out a few things but he shot them all down. Anyways, the other night I did mirror dimensional jumping, which is essentially supposed to be willing yourself into a dimension where things are better for you. It was spooky cause I had to do it in the dark with a candle in front of the mirror. I just did it cause fuck it, you know, like why not? I didn't super believe it would work. Anyways, the next day I had money released to me from my PayPal early and was therefore able to afford everything I needed for my fish tank, and also got a few more art commissions, some more money. Nothing else notable happened. I was FaceTiming with my friend's girlfriend. We all talk all the time. I'm a very casual third wheel, and she asked me about it, and I had no idea what she was talking about. She said that he said I said mouse, and then what did I do? And then that I didn't reply. They apparently tried to add me to the call, but I didn't pick up. My friend doesn't really believe in this stuff, so he wasn't quick to track me down or anything. We added him to the call and he confirmed it and explained everything back just as she did but in better detail, and then went to go look for the texts. He looked on every messaging platform we have and he can't find them, neither can I, but both him and his girlfriend swear they spoke about it, and my friend swears we settled on the safe word mouse. I'm a little worried I dimension jumped or glitched myself here. I don't really necessarily believe in this stuff, but it's kind of freaking me out. Story from r/glitch in Matrix. Posted by u/Procyanbright. Glitch in time during a regular walk. This happened about a week ago and I've been debating posting about it, but I just can't seem to figure out what happened in any logical sense. I'm currently spending a lot of time at my boyfriend's house during shelter in place. He lives at the end of a dirt road kind of out in the woods. His road is part of a larger system that creates a big loop. 2 roads eventually lead into one from the main strip, if that makes sense. Walking this loop takes about 45 to 50 minutes. I have walked this loop many times and have always gotten back to his place in 45 to 50 minutes. Unless you're sprinting or have an unusually quick pace, there's no way to walk it in any shorter amount of time. The other day, I started out and passed his mailbox, passed the main road, made it to the other side of the loop and past the White House on that side, then, suddenly, I'm back at his mailbox again. This is the glitch. From the White House back to his mailbox should take at least 20 minutes, and I had done it in what felt like 2. More mysterious is that I couldn't remember walking the big chunk between the White House and his mailbox. It was as if I had passed through a glitch in time, or had been suddenly transported between spaces. I racked my brain trying to remember if I had passed a couple of the streets that were between the White House and mailbox, but I just couldn't remember walking that portion at all. There is no other way to get to the mailbox, no side trails or shortcuts. I stayed on the main loop. Now, originally, when I saw the mailbox come up so soon, I was very surprised, but it just thought that maybe I lost track of time. Or was just lost in my head and hadn't been paying attention to my walk as much. I tried just brushing it off, that maybe it just felt like 2 minutes, but that I had definitely walked the 20 and had a lapse in time judgment. Needless to say, I was still very much weirded out, especially because I made it back so quickly and it seemed to have been propelled by this one area of the walk. I would have brushed this all off as just me being absent-minded, until I got back home. I came over to my boyfriend and said I was back and he asked, "I thought you were going for a walk? You haven't been gone that long." Turns out I was only gone for about 20 minutes. I swore to him up and down that I did the entire loop and that I had lost track of a part of the loop, as though I was transported. Of course, I don't think he was convinced. He said maybe I just walked to the mailbox and back, but I didn't. I had definitely made it to the other side of the loop and past all the usual stuff. I've done the walk again numerous times, and nothing like this has happened since. I know I can't convince my boyfriend of what happened as it sounds nuts. But, I know I walked the whole loop. I was going my usual pace, I wasn't speed walking or running at any point, I didn't turn around at any point, and nothing out of the ordinary happened until that one particular spot. I will also mention that my boyfriend lives in an area with a lot of UFO/alien sightings and whatnot. I'm not projecting any of that, it's just an interesting tidbit I thought I should share. Story from r/glitch in matrix. Posted by u/scarcityflow. Family witnessed the creepiest doppelgänger (TLDR) at bottom of post. Growing up, I practically lived with my best friend and his family. They are a first-generation Italian family from Brooklyn. They run their own business and have a well-known reputation in the community of being honest people. We were sharing our own paranormal encounter stories one night, and they told a story that sends chills down my spine to this very day. Now for context, their bedroom is on the right side of the living room, and the bathroom is on the left side. You absolutely cannot go from the bathroom to the bedroom without passing directly in front of where everyone sits in the living room. The living room has 3 entrances, the front door, the bathroom hallway, and the bedroom door. My friend's dad got home from his business and said he was going to take a shower. My friend, his sister, and his mother were sitting in the living room talking. Shortly after stepping into the shower, the dad comes running out like a crazy man. He's completely naked and is running with this strange, creepy bounce to each step. Like a chimpanzee. His eyes looked wild, like a psychotic person, and his tongue was hanging out. He was making these weird grunting noises as he bounded through. He ran in front of them, from the bathroom to the bedroom and slammed the door. They called out to him in the bedroom, obviously freaked out. They asked him what happened. What was wrong? He answered. But from the shower, from the hallway that he had just come running out from. He asked what was wrong. They flipped out and practically shaking, they told him what they saw. They have no explanation for it to this day and said that it was one of the scariest things they ever witnessed. TLDR, friend's family witnessed a doppelganger of their dad run out of the shower like a maniac, but he had never left the bathroom. Story from r/glitch in matrix. Posted by u/scarcityflow. Pale blue light and being at end of bed. I'm not sure if this qualifies as a gitm or not, but here goes. Some years ago, I'm 30, so not childhood, I stayed over at my parents' house after dealing with some things that are too complicated to go into. I was in the room I grew up in as a child, lying in bed checking my phone. Suddenly a light streamed through my window. It was a pale blue light, kind of like if you leave the TV on when the lights are off in your house. It started as a simple stream of light and slowly filled the entire room. Now there's a fence around my yard and we are not near a road, so it wasn't headlights pointed at my window or anything. This pale blue light filled my room and I got a strange feeling in the pit of my stomach. The strange thing was, I felt zero fear. Normally I would get freaked out by about anything out of the ordinary. I laid there just looking around in amazement. About 30 seconds after my room completely filled up, I saw a figure standing at the foot of my bed. It was huge and bulky and his head almost touched the ceiling. We have 8 feet ceilings by the way. It had no features though it was just a shadow. I stared at it and surprisingly didn't freak out at all. As I stated, I had zero fear. I watched this thing for about 10 minutes and it didn't move. Suddenly the pale blue light was sucked out of the window. I mean that it wasn't like a light switch turned off, it was like a vacuum sucked it out of my window. Kind of like sci-fi movies when a ship goes into hyperdrive or something. That's the only way I know to explain it. The being was gone and I was left speechless. Now my parents' room was directly across from mine and both our doors were open. They were still milling about in the room, getting ready for bed. I went to my room kind of early. I got up and asked them if they saw any light or anything. They said they didn't, and that my room had been completely dark. There is no way they wouldn't have seen something BC once again. They were directly in front of my door. The strange thing is, I was never scared of the paranormal or the dark since then. Honestly, I feel strangely at peace when the sun goes down. I can't explain it, and it didn't hurt me in the least. It didn't seem malevolent. Just strange. Anyway, that's my story. Thanks for reading. TLDR, I saw a pale blue light fill my room and a huge shadow figure at the foot of my bed. My parents saw nothing. Story from r/glitch in matrix. Posted by u/holyguacamole. Lost my engagement ring. Magically reappears out of thin air. Hi, so I got engaged this past Valentine's, and it honestly took me a minute to love the ring. But yesterday, April 11, 2020, my friend and I got bored and decided to test out some hair color she had in her bathroom. After a strand test, I decided to say F it and go with my whole head pastel pink. I didn't want to stain my ring or get dye stuck in it, so I took it off and specifically placed it in my shirt pocket and buttoned it closed. I later got home and realized I never put it back on and looked in the shirt pocket, but it wasn't there. I freaked out, of course, and checked my pants pockets and even went through my dirty laundry to make sure, looked in my car, and tried calling her to see if she has seen my ring. She went to bed that night, and so I had to wait until morning. She replied later that no, she hadn't seen it. I told my fiancé immediately that night that I can't find it, and he thankfully wasn't freaking out and just said to text my friend again and go retrace my steps. Now I had only been at 3 places without my ring on. Her bathroom, my car, and my room. I knew exactly when I took it off and where I placed it. The next day I went over and she didn't really help all that much, but I thought nothing of it and she let me search through whatever I want for about an hour. We sat in my car and I decided I was going to have to purchase another ring because there is nowhere else it could be. Defeated and heartbroken, I went back home and cried the entire way back. I told my fiancé we could not find it, and he thought it was suspicious that she didn't seem too eager to help me find the ring or care that I was visibly in distress and was asking about how much the ring was blah blah blah. Basically, we thought she might have taken it because she has a history of shoplifting and is sometimes toxic as a friend, but anyways, the ring was 100% missing. I went online, ordered a cheaper ring, went to take a shower, and while shampooing my hair I felt a hand stroke the side of my face, which promptly scared me, but there was nothing there. Ignored it, continued my night feeling guilty and horrible about losing the ring. So forward to this evening, I was about to do laundry and came back from the laundry room to grab clothes, and something just told me to look one more time. I grabbed the shirt and closed my eyes, but I noticed the button was perfectly closed unlike before and begged for it to be back in the pocket. To my surprise, it was back. I have no clue if it was some test from Cupid, paranormal, or witchcraft, but all I know is something told me to look in that same pocket for the 5th time and it was back.
Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe for more videos.